Hey you! Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So in one of my previous videos, which was about consistency in daily life, one of you beautiful people gave a really good suggestion to talk about building confidence in women, especially women who are introverted. Thank you so much. A big shout out to you for providing this suggestion. I took some time to think about it and I think I'm finally ready to give my insights on this topic. And so this video is going to be about how women, especially introverted women, can build confidence in themselves. Just to clarify, since the request was specifically for women, and so I'm doing a video on, how women can build confidence. However, this does not mean that whatever I'm about to say is applicable for just women. It's for anyone out there who's struggling with their, level of self-confidence. Especially if they are introverted. And so if you're an introverted man who is struggling with confidence, this video is as much for you. Now, before I get to the confidence part and how to build confidence in women, I just wanted to talk about men and women in general and how their gender roles play into their self-image and self-confidence. See, we cannot deny the fact that there are certain gender roles and gender biases associated with each gender. Men are expected to be the earners in the family, they are expected to bring in money, and women are expected to take care of the family or, be homemakers. This is a very generalized gender role associated with men and women, and how that plays into our identity is that we are taught since childhood on how to be a well-behaved woman or how to be a woman that the society accepts, how we are supposed to behave in the society as women, how we are supposed to act. We're supposed to make sure that everyone is well fed. We're supposed to have kids. We're supposed to be nurturing and giving and learn how to selflessly love, And so the expectations of society and of generations that have been carried forwarded to today can sometimes cause a conflict with how women are and how women want to be today. And that conflict can sometimes mess up your sense of identity and also your confidence in yourself especially. And same is for men, Now, another thing that I want to talk about is how your introvertedness or extrovertedness affects your confidence. Honestly, there is a lot of misconception around introvertedness and extrovertedness in general. Firstly, a person is never just an introvert or just an extrovert, in my honest opinion. There is an entire spectrum where a person can be very reserved and the person can be very outgoing, and most of the people lie somewhere within that spectrum. They can be inclined to be more reserved or they can be inclined to be more outgoing. But it doesn't really mean that a reserved or an introvert person is not outgoing, especially with the people that he or she is comfortable with. And so there is an entire spectrum of introvertedness to extrovertedness. Another misconception is that an extroverted person is generally more confident because that person has the ability to speak freely and without hesitation. That person has the ability to connect with people more frequently, and that an introverted person is less confident in general. However, this idea is not at all true. You need to realize that you don't have to be the most outspoken or the loudest or the most reactive person in the room to be the most confident person in the room. There is a difference between the two. Now, coming on to the confidence aspect of this video and how to build confidence. There are two ways I see confidence. There is something called intrinsic confidence, a confidence that comes from within, the way that you truly feel about yourself, the way that you perceive yourself, all the self-talk that you are doing inside your head about yourself, all of that is a part of intrinsic confidence. And then there is another type of confidence called the extrinsic confidence, or you can say it's the external appearance, how you're looking, how your posture is, or how confident is your walk, or how you're talking. So all the external things that can be seen by other people, all of that is a part of your extrinsic confidence. Both of these aspects have a role to play. Both of these are very important, and I have already done a video on how to build confidence, the golden trick to building self-confidence. I will link that video in the description as well as in the cards here. And like I mentioned in that video, the golden trick to building self-confidence intrinsically is keeping the promises that you make to yourself. If you have promised something to yourself, you gotta keep it. That's how you build that level of confidence in yourself that, hey, no matter which situation you are in, you will be able to thrive in that situation. Once you start becoming a person you can rely on for yourself, that is when other people will also feel that they can rely on you. Another thing that helps in building confidence intrinsically is how much do you really know yourself? Because once you really know yourself, once you really know how you're feeling about a certain situation or how you're going to act or react in a certain situation, you feel that level of control within yourself that, hey, no matter what the situation will be, I know how I'm going to act, or I know myself and I know how I'm going to react to that situation. And that feeling of control, that you're in control, also brings about confidence in yourself. Another thing that comes with knowing yourself better is all the self-doubt that you have about yourself. It greatly diminishes. And once you are not doubtful of yourself, that is where your confidence will shoot up. So yeah, the feeling of self-doubt, the feeling of self-abandonment, all of that really goes away once you start to know yourself better. You start feeling that level of control that you have on yourself and on your life. And once all that starts happening, all of that results in your confidence level going up. Another thing that you can do to increase your self-confidence intrinsically is keeping that negative self-talk in check. You have to understand the nuance to it, and this is also where the gender thing plays in. So women are dominant in estrogen hormone, and since estrogen hormone makes women judgmental, women have great sense of judgment. But sometimes how that judgment backfires is that women end up judging themselves. And sometimes we judge ourselves too negatively or too harshly. We may feel really ugly in our skin, even if we're not. And men may have noticed this, that women are highly critical, especially of themselves and how they're looking or how they're feeling in their body. But this is very natural for a woman to experience. And so, whenever you as a woman are in that phase where you are talking to yourself really negatively, where you are viewing yourself in a very negative light, you need to be aware of that, and you need to make sure that, hey, sometimes it's just the PMS, or sometimes it's just the hormones talking and it's not the actual reality. So yeah, be mindful of that negative self-talk and make sure that you are not doing it as much. It's okay to be critical of ourselves, it's okay to be judgmental, because that's how we grow as people. However, if you do it too excessively, it will just drop your self-confidence level, and you wouldn't want that for yourself. It just hampers your self-growth if it's done too excessively. You are beautiful, you are capable. There's no hardship that you have not come out of, and so you're strong and you're really capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do in life. So yeah, just a quick recap of how to increase confidence intrinsically. Keep the promises that you make, especially to yourself. Get to know yourself better and take time with getting to know yourself, because once you know yourself, all the self-doubt and all the self-abandonment, it goes away. And thirdly, keep that negative self-talk in check. Don't do it too much, because that is what hampers self-confidence. Now, moving on to how to build the extrinsic aspect of confidence, especially in women. So as women, we love to dress up. There's no denying that. We love to look good, we love to feel good about our bodies. That is just how it works for women, and I believe men too. Like, even men want to look good, men want to feel good in their skin and their hair and their clothes and stuff like that. And this is also a very big aspect of how confident you feel in yourself and how confident you look to the outside world. If you're having a good hair day or good skin day, or if you're wearing like a good dress that flatters your figure, that immediately boosts up your confidence. And so, to build your confidence extrinsically, I would say take care of your physical health, take care of your skin, invest in good skincare, take care of your hair, oil them every once in a while, it's very good for hair. Go to the gym. I have observed that going to the gym consistently has really shot up my self-confidence and the beliefs that I now have in myself. Because let's be honest, if you look good, that's when you also feel good about yourself. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of vanity in your life. There's absolutely nothing wrong in doing makeup and getting your hair done or getting your nails done. Vanity is important to build your confidence. You definitely need certain level of vanity so that you can appreciate yourself, appreciate the beautiful human that you are, and accentuate all the beauty that you already have in you. I must say that you cannot really change your facial features, you cannot change the way you naturally look, but you can definitely improve the way you look. So yeah, invest in good skincare, good hair care, invest in your physical health. Investing in physical health really helps in boosting your self-confidence because it enhances the way you look, plus it's healthy for you. I'm not saying that you have to hit the gym every time. You can just go out for walks, you can opt for some sports if you are into sports, like swimming or let's say jogging or cycling, wall climbing or mountain climbing, stuff like that. It's not just that you have to go to the gym. There are a lot of ways to improve your physique and your health. So yeah, take care of yourself and take good care of yourself because you deserve it. Another thing that you can do to build the extrinsic aspect of confidence is practice. Let's say if you have to go for a meeting or if you have to present something, if you practice it beforehand, it gives you that confidence in yourself that you'll be able to perform well. Practicing your speaking, practicing your posture, practicing the things that you have to speak, especially if it's a public speaking kind of thing, or especially if it's a thing where you have to give a performance of some sort, that is where practicing beforehand can really help you boost your confidence. A bonus tip for introverts, especially introverts and people who are not that outspoken, tend to stay more quiet, and that is completely okay. One good thing about quietness is that sometimes staying quiet can speak louder than words, and you need to embrace this power that you have because it is a legit power. And so the tip would be that if you don't know what to say at that moment, or if you don't know how to react at that moment because you are introverted and because you're not that outspoken, take your time to pause. If you pause during the time when you are expected to react, that actually leaves an impression on the person that you are interacting with. That kind of throws them off guard. And it's a legit power to throw someone off guard without saying anything. So practice pausing, especially when you don't know how to react to a situation. Rather than reacting erratically or without thinking, take some time to think. Tell them that you need some time to think about it and then react. Tell them that, hey, I need some time to take a pause here and I'll get back to you on that. I remember that when I didn't know this trick, I used to always rush my responses and I never used to give the response that I really wanted to give or a response that was really impactful. But now I take my time to think, to respond, and that makes my responses even more impactful. As an introvert, thinking is our superpower anyway. So why not use that thinking and that stillness and that quietness that we have within us and leave an impact using that? So yeah, that is all I had for this video today. Just know that building confidence, it's not a one-time thing. It takes years to build. You need to build certain habits to be confident, and building those habits, they take time. You shouldn't really rush on this journey of building confidence. And so yeah, that's all I had to share about confidence and how introverted women or men can build it. I hope that you found it insightful. I hope you found it helpful. Do let me know in the comments if you have found any other tricks on how to build confidence, especially for introverted people. I always love to interact with you in the comments. That would be it for this video. I hope to see you soon. Till then, take care.